Hi Cancerian, welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Cancerian, this is your love reading for the upcoming 2 weeks, but I won't do another love reading in 2 weeks because it's actual Christmas and then we move into New Year's, and so for that time I won't be working. So consider this to be like a 2 to 4, almost like probably towards the end of the year. I've set that intention as well, like what can you expect for the rest of this year, basically. But the date will be set between the 10th and the 23rd of December. I do want to take a few moments and just say that we have a very spectacular Thursday coming up. If you're interested in that, check it out. It's a 12-12-12 day, and if even more so if you narrow it down, it's actually a 9-day, because numerology wise it just adds up to 9, but you could say that it's 12-12-12 because it's the 12th, the day is the 12th, the month December is the 12th, and if you add the year 2019 together, that also adds up to a 12. So it's a 12-12-12, it's a 3-3-3, and it's a 9. But basically what I will say, it's alignment. It's just something is like it has the same repeating numbers, then it's alignment for me. And then on the same day we have the full moon being in Gemini, and then also on the same day we have Venus, Pluto, and Saturn sort of coming into like a conjunction, like a little triangle situation happening. And I'm no astrologer whatsoever, so check it out further if you are interested in that sort of thing. I'm sure there's a bunch to read on the internet. For me, I just feel into the energy around it, and for me it feels like it's a tipping point. It's like whatever you've been working on for maybe the past decade, like from 2010-ish, it's and up till now. And specifically because this is a love reading and I do feel inspired to say that this is going on, it can be something like, since Venus is involved, it can be, and yeah, I won't take up too much time on this, but Pluto is all about like eruption and quick changes, and sort of Pluto and Saturn has a bit of a bad rap, which is crazy fun. How that is, that it just comes about to, Saturn is bad. If you're unconditional, and if you're in a good place, like if you're really in alignment, Cancerian, it doesn't really matter. And if Venus is involved, it's all about healing emotions, healing relationships, shifts in terms of abundance. And so it can be abundance in love, but it's also like for finances, money, that sort of thing. And so let's see if there's something that sort of speaks to you for this coming time for love for you in terms of this particular Thursday. And also, of course, that energy is sort of going on right now. I feel that it can be like a quick, if you were in a relationship, that it can be like a quick ending to move out of it. Maybe you thought about it for the longest time, and now all of a sudden with Pluto in play and sort of helping you out, you just come to that final realization that you're gonna move out of this relationship. Or vice versa, since it's a general reading, it can be that all of a sudden, like maybe you were single for a really long time, maybe had a few shorter relationships going on, but nothing like substantial. And then come this full moon and the alignment and the Venus, Pluto, Saturn thing that apparently hasn't happened for 500 years. I don't know if that's relevant or not. Like I said, I'm not too interested in getting too hung up on that sort of thing, but it's like, it's fun to use, and it's fun to understand that, okay, it is a rare occasion and it's something that is up. And if it feels like you've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting on this relationship, and then all of a sudden, like the tipping point on Thursday with the full moon is just sort of, then it tips over to the good side, or to the side that you want to see a manifestation in, or if that makes sense. So that means that all of a sudden, I don't know if it's on Thursday, but on the 12th, but it's Thursday in Sweden, but of course that can be, it can almost be Wednesday for some. Can it be Wednesday for Americas maybe? And then even almost Friday for like Australia. So it's the 12th. So if you all of a sudden, around this time, around this week, around, for sure around these upcoming 2 weeks, they're there, like welcome in. That might be the case. So let's see what specifically is going on for you here, Cancerian. I draw 3 cards and sort of look at them all simultaneously to see a bit of a story. So I just want to say that the cards are called Potential, Choices, and Money. So it's influenced for sure if you want to go there. Just give me a moment. Cancerian. Okay, I have 2 stories coming out quite clear. It's just different scenarios how it plays out. But the first card out is like potential, and it's sort of you asking higher guidance for help, asking for like your wishes to come true, and all of that. And so the guides and the angels are here to tell you, we've heard your wish. This is like this is a dream come true. This is a wish come true card. It's like whatever you've been wanting, it's here. It's yours to have. And the little fairies there on the bottom, they're also there to help. They're sort of just standing by now. There's not much more to do in this particular situation. So if you ask for a relationship, it is coming. If you ask for help to let go of a relationship, you're gonna find that moment. If you even ask for help to get like in realignment, reconnection with maybe even from somebody that you're separated from, but even like in a coupled situation, I feel like maybe you're having a bit of a disconnect and you're sort of looking to find your way back. Just know that all of that is granted. All of that is, your wish is heard. Like whatever you sent out, it's being heard and it's being tended to by the universe. And so much so that now the fairies are also just standing back, sort of watching and waiting for what's sort of, it's done now. So there's no more need for any more work, no more wishes, no more, it's a done deal. So it's all taken care of. So sort of relax a bit, lean back and just, I was going to say enjoy the ride. Maybe it's not so much joyful if you're separated from somebody, but just watch the process of what's happening right now. That's what I feel. I don't feel like too much work should go into this. It feels more like it's done. It's a done deal. What you asked for, what Santa has gotten your list, okay? And it's being tended to by the sweet little elves. And then we have the choices card. It might be that you're feeling like you have a choice to make. Like there's a, what should I do here? But because I get these cards next to each other, in one card, they almost look the same. In one card here, you're holding. So if you're this, and out of these flowers, their hand, like the arm is hitting in the flowers, and out comes a hand, like holding it like this. And if you look very closely, there's little horsies, little unicorn couple sitting in the palm of her hand. And it's like flying away. It's birds next to it, and it's the relationship is sort of flying away. And then this next card is almost the same. So it's you here, and the arm is hidden among all these thingies. And then in the palm, do you see it, like your little palm of your hand there? There's a wolf. There's actually 2 wolves, but there's a wolf that you're holding. And that sort of speaks to like the lone wolf to me. So for some, there's literally two strong stories coming out. So I think there's like a division in Cancerians today. Division. I don't know. It's like for one set of Cancerians, I feel we're saying bye. We're saying goodbye to relationship, and we're going into this lone wolf state. Like you want to be single, but not for long, Cancerian, because here on the bottom there's a very loving relationship, and I am always drawn to this in a sense of that this relationship looks really nurturing, loving, grown up, mature. Like we've learned here, we're taking care of each other, we're listening to each other. It's not a young love, and it's not unresponsibility. Can you say that? You take responsibility from here on out. Excuse me. And then the other story is the complete opposite. I feel like this is some Cancerians being single, and you so want this. You want the relationship. You want the unicorn couple, which is my symbol for a soulmate connection. And you have been single with maybe even a child or a couple of kids. It can also be a man here, obviously. So there's a woman there standing with a child and wanting this relationship, dreaming about this relationship, actually having it in the palm of her hand. So it's really close, Cancerian, really close. And then with a shooting star here, that just all of a sudden I see a shooting star in this card that I didn't see for the other group of the Cancerian group. And it's like you're looking at this lone wolf, and then all of a sudden that fades, and if this disappears and it goes into this, you almost don't see it anymore. It's a silhouette of the wolf, but it has lost its color. So to me, that just means that it's like, okay, we're moving from being single. The singleness is like being, it's going away, and in comes this beautiful relationship that you've been waiting for, that you've been dreaming for. And I think that some Cancerians thought that this might not ever happen. This might not come to fruition for me. It feels like some of you guys have been like waited forever, the feeling of waiting forever. But with the shooting star there, and with the potential card coming out, wish fulfillment, that is just a validation from source that continue to believe, but from both sides. Like sometimes I feel like the people leaving a relationship, I don't think Cancerian is so much that you're being the left one. Like you're the one thinking about leaving, and there's a lot of times the person leaving gets sort of the crap. Like the one who's being left is the one that we feel sorry for, but I feel like the one who's leaving the relationship is just the braver one, to be honest, because if you're leaving, it just meant that the person that's being left, it wasn't for them as well. And so it's just one person being sort of a bit ahead of time and ending things that maybe would have dragged out forever if you didn't have the courage to do it. So a hug goes out for you guys too, who might be thinking about leaving a relationship. And there's something about, there's something about not pushing for it, not working for it, not like asking for more help. Like you're heard. You have been heard and you have been answered. The rest is like the fairies. Now we're standing back and we're just watching what I prayed for come into fruition. And you'll know if there's maybe it feels like there's not ever a right time to bring up that, I've come to a final decision, and I do want to get a divorce. I do want to get us like separated. I want time for myself. However that talk is going to be, and depending on how close you are, of course that's always going to feel a bit heavy, I believe. Or maybe you come to a place where you're calm as a, it doesn't feel true when I say it. So probably you just need a universal hug, and you know, it's gonna be all okay. And I do feel why you feel such a strong pull to walk away now is because I feel like your true soulmate is actually waiting in the wings. And for you single people who didn't think this was ever going to come into fruition, here's your person. And I don't know what's going on right now, because I feel like you're my... How many readings have I done? I don't know. It just feels like the thread here to follow. It's like there's a lot of people meeting their soulmate right now, like meeting their true person, the authentic relationship. Maybe not so much, you know, these relationships, I call them the catalyst relationships that sort of come in to just be the Pluto of the whole thing, just to erupt things, to heal things, to bring stuff up to the surface. And that's not like your person that you're supposed to be with forever and ever, if that is your wish, obviously. But they have an equally important place in your life to sort of stir things up, to heal things within you. And we give them loads of not so good feelings and words, maybe. But they're equally important for you to get healed, for you to realize, oh my God, I still had that active within me. That is being healed now due to this asshole. I really had to look at myself, or things like that, for you to then finally walk in to this gorgeous, authentic relationship that I feel like you've been waiting for. So can we have some final thoughts around this situation? Maybe not that many final thoughts. How many cards are there? No, that's too many. There's a lot of thoughts around this, apparently. Maybe people do have opinions about both of your sides. Like, if you're thinking about leaving a relationship, maybe people have opinions about whether to leave it or not leave it. And if you're single, maybe people keep asking, have you met somebody yet? Or, you know, not their business. Yeah. So, for you guys leaving a relationship, I know, it feels quite heavy. It feels like, yeah, it's not the most fun thing in the world, but guys, you're gonna get through it. And the reason why you feel such a strong pull to do it now, it's Christmas. It's like, what? I can't leave them at Christmas. It's not Christmas yet. It's a couple of weeks left. Trust your gut, trust your instinct, listen to your heart. If it isn't the right time for you, if there's kids involved, and if it only, you know, if you come from an ego place that I'm done with this, it is fine, but just to sort of get my way, I'm gonna end it now. If it's not that bad, if you're not, you know, if it's not any sort of leaning towards abusive things, then of course walk away now. But if you're actually quite good friends with them, if it's okay, you just feel like we've come to the end of the road here, and it's time for us to part ways, and there's kids involved, and you know, if you feel in your heart that yes, you know this, you're not tricking them to stay over Christmas and even New Year's. That is for the good of all. It really is. That's the maturity talking. And then when everything has calmed down, then you have like a whole other year till Christmas comes again to involve your kids with, now we're separated. Sorry. And this and that. Listen to your heart, listen to your gut feeling, what to do about it. And then I feel like for the complete opposite, like for the Cancerian who's single, these days are over. Your lonely days are over. We're moving into like this gorgeous relationship now. And if it's on Thursday, it's going to blow my mind. But around this time, it might be that you actually don't even get to cross into 2020 to meet your person. That's how close I feel like they are. I should mention there's an eclipse on the 26th of December, because there is a rather large moon there that might be having something to do with it. Just want to mention that. I hope this helps, guys. And for you guys who feel like you needed some encouragement, know that the spirit is with you. Source has heard you. Your answers have been prayed. That's a new way of saying it. And please take care out there, and look out for your 2020 reading, which will be coming around sometime next week. Take care, guys. Bye.